So this is why I don't think DDP should go out there like, oh,
yeah,
got stuff to take down. Dude, get on his hips before you.
Yep.
You know? And if he stuffs it, so be it. It'll be the least thing he expects. And for a second, Chimaev, who's a killer.
Yeah.
He's a murderer.
Yep.
He goes out there, I'm going to drag this guy in the first round, destroy him. For a second, he goes, what the
Yeah.
If you can snap that on Chimaev.
Khamzat and DDP, the next fight. Who do you think is going to walk away as the champion here?
I can't see anyone really stopping Chimaev's takedowns. Like, his takedowns are so hard to stop. It's super high level. Can DDP drag it into those later rounds? Can it get through the first grappling exchanges and then start to capitalize on his just like...
Khamzat versus du Plessis. Predictions?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are underestimating Dricus right now. Maybe a late finish, 4th or 5th round. But we'll see.
Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the latest fight talk, expert opinions, and exclusive insights. Let's get into it. Reinier de Ridder threw a bit of shade at Khamzat Chimaev, saying that while Khamzat might be seen as the most feared fighter in the division, he doesn't believe that makes him the best. He pointed out that both his style and Dricus du Plessis' style are very unique, far from what fans typically expect. Reinier said this could make a potential matchup between the two incredibly interesting and hard to predict, simply because their movements and techniques don't follow the usual patterns. With a laugh, he even joked it might be something in their Dutch blood.
They said that your style, they said that your style also is very, very weird. How would a fight between you and du Plessis goes just because both your fighting styles, like I said, are very weird?
Yeah, it must be the Dutch genes. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see soon.
He also spoke on what a fight with Chimaev might look like, predicting it would be full of wild grappling exchanges. Reinier expects it would involve non-stop scrambles, transitions, and a battle for dominant positions, essentially a tough technical chess match on the mat.
Maybe if you don't fight du Plessis and say you fight Khamzat, how do you see that going?
Yeah, I think it will be a very, very cool grappling match. Lots of nice wrestling scrambles, lots of nice positions to go through. But I'll be happy if he gets some rounds in with Dricus, so I can have some more to study. We'll see.
He later made it clear that he doesn't see Khamzat as the most dangerous man at middleweight. In his view, there are others who are more complete and pose a different kind of challenge. He brought up Nasruddin Imavov, praising his calm demeanor, slick movement, and smart tactics. Reinier said Imavov could actually be a tougher opponent, even though Chimaev is clearly very talented.
Do you feel like Khamzat's the most feared opponent in your division?
Not by me, not by me. I think there's better fighters in the division, to be honest. More complete guys. I think we don't really talk about them as much. But the French guy, what's his name?
Imavov?
Imavov. He's very complete. Huh? He moves very well, very relaxed, very smart when he fights. I think that might be a harder fight, to be honest. But Khamzat is, of course, a great fighter.
Over on the analyst side, Michael Bisping shared his breakdown of the upcoming Chimaev versus du Plessis showdown. He believes Khamzat's best shot is to finish things quickly. But Bisping also reminded everyone that du Plessis is on fire right now. 23 wins, only 2 losses, and riding an 11-fight win streak, 10 of those inside the UFC. This will mark his 3rd title defense. Bisping highlighted Dricus's recent performances, including a razor-thin split decision over Sean Strickland at UFC 297, a slick 4th-round submission of Israel Adesanya, and a later dominant decision win in the rematch with Strickland. He mentioned that some fighters get better after becoming champion, and Dricus is showing that with each outing.
And I'm telling you, he's going to try and finish Dricus du Plessis straight away. And that's his best bet. Now, Dricus du Plessis, this man's on fire, right? He's 23-2 overall. He's on an 11-fight win streak. He's got 10 wins in the UFC. And, of course, this will be his 3rd title defense. He beat Sean Strickland by unanimous decision. He choked out Israel Adesanya in the 4th round. And he took the belt, as we know, in a close split decision victory over Sean Strickland way back at UFC 297. But they always say when you become the champion, you get 30% better. This man is improving all the time.
He also issued a warning. If Khamzat thinks he'll just take du Plessis down and tap him easily, he's in for a shock. Bisping reminded fans that Dricus once submitted a whole squad of black belt jiu-jitsu athletes. His ground game is nothing to take lightly.
And just take down Dricus du Plessis and just choke him out, right? Like he's some schmuck, like he doesn't know what he's doing, like he's not someone that choked out an entire black belt jiu-jitsu team one after the other, then I think Khamzat Chimaev will be in for a rude awakening. Now, of course, since Khamzat Chimaev moved up to 185 pounds, he's looked phenomenal, okay? The way that he destroyed Robert Whittaker, that was so impressive.
Reinier de Ridder continued, saying many people are sleeping on du Plessis. He explained that while Dricus may look awkward or messy at first, he always finds a way to win. According to him, du Plessis improves as the fight goes on. He adjusts, pushes forward, and usually finishes stronger than he starts. That's a big part of what makes him so dangerous.
Khamzat versus du Plessis. Predictions?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are underestimating Dricus right now. If you look at like fights they've had, it looks a bit sloppy when Dricus fights, but he always gets them. He gets better as longer as the rounds go on.
He added that Dricus has the ability to endure Khamzat's early storm. If he can survive those first few rounds, Reinier believes he could start taking control, and maybe even score a late finish in the 4th or 5th round. Still, he wrapped it up with, "We'll have to wait and see how it plays out."
And I think he can survive that early onslaught of Khamzat. So I think Dricus can pull the win out. Maybe a late finish, 4th or 5th round. But we'll see.
Robert Whittaker also commented on Chimaev's wrestling skills, calling his takedowns not just powerful, but technically difficult to counter. That said, he sees du Plessis as someone with grit and serious toughness. According to Whittaker, if anyone can push through Khamzat's early onslaught, it's Dricus. His stamina and resilience could flip the fight around in the later rounds.
Khamzat and DDP, the next fight. Who do you think's going to walk away as the champion?
I can't see anyone really stopping Chimaev's takedowns. Like, his takedowns are so hard to stop. It's super high level. Can DDP drag it into those later rounds? Can it get through the first grappling exchanges and then start to capitalize on his just like persistence, like doggedness to go away? Honestly, if Chimaev can't get DDP out of there, DDP wins. DDP wins almost every fight. You can't get rid of him, right? Because he's like mold, dude.
Chael Sonnen joined the conversation and made it clear. This fight is anything but a walk in the park for Khamzat. Sonnen pointed out that no one has managed to take down and dominate du Plessis on the ground so far. He also talked about how stacked the middleweight division is right now, name-dropping guys like Caio Baralho, Bo Nickel, and Dennis Tiululin. And with Sean Strickland still in the mix, Sonnen says the spotlight has never been brighter at 185.
I mean, this isn't a simple fight where you go, well, go out and take him down. It's like, yeah, good luck. Go out and take him down. Yeah, it's true. And then you got to hold him there once you do it. Oh, and by the way, nobody else has taken down and held Dricus there. Like, this fight is starting to look different. The entire division is starting to look different. There's never been a time that 185 pounds has had such a spotlight on it. I'm watching this guy, Caio Baralho, myself. I'm thinking this guy might quietly be the real assassin of that division, but that's not easy to say. I think Bo Nickel go all the way to the top. And I think that de Ridder is greatly underrated. And I don't think Sean Strickland is ready to move on just yet. Like, 185 is a really exciting proposition.
He admitted that Khamzat being the betting favorite isn't surprising, but when asked how exactly Khamzat will pull it off, his confidence in the prediction starts to fade.
Is it a surprise that Chimaev is a favorite? No, I would expect him to be. But I also feel as though if I were predicting this today, I would lean Chimaev. As long as you didn't ask me a follow-up question. Like if I told you, hey, I think Chimaev's going to beat Dricus. Okay, great. If we all get up and walk out of the room, we're fine. The problem is if you're going to ask me how. How is he going to beat him? Because I am not fully confident that Chimaev can take him down at will. I'm not fully confident he can keep him there. We're going to know in the very first round. If Dricus gets taken down in the first round, things are going to unravel very quickly. But if he can defend a takedown for the entire first 5 minutes, it's only going to get easier to stay on your feet after that. It's an exciting match. I would expect Chimaev to be the favorite. And he is.
Ariel Helwani offered his insight too, believing du Plessis will make the necessary adjustments as the fight progresses. He said Dricus may take a few tough moments early on, but he's smart enough to study Khamzat's rhythm and adapt. Ariel thinks that by the later rounds, Dricus could start figuring things out and potentially take over.
I think he takes him to deep water and he figures it out. And I think it's like a learning lesson for him and all this stuff.
Coach Nicksick, who's observed du Plessis' evolution closely, described him as a humble, methodical athlete. Nicksick noted that since the Brad Tavares fight, Dricus has risen to a championship level. While his style may look chaotic, Nicksick said it's actually very calculated, designed to throw off an opponent's timing. He also mentioned that taking du Plessis down early and controlling him is probably the best approach, though not an easy one.
I'm so curious how Khamzat and DDP plays out. I feel like DDP's going to be able to weather the storm the first 2 rounds and then start taking off the third, the fourth, the fifth. What do you think?
I do too. I've studied DDP a bunch. Super respectful, nice guy. He's very well coached. Just his overall development, he's jumped leaps and bounds in between that Brad fight to now being a world champion. People think it looks erratic, but it's not. It's very calculated what he's trying to do. It's a lot of those same reps that he does, but there's a motion to him that's kind of hard to gather rhythm. How do you eliminate all that? Take a guy down, put him on his back.
MMA Guru shared a mixed perspective. He said he was once sure du Plessis would win and still leans toward him, largely because he thinks Dricus is too physically strong to be dominated. But Guru acknowledged that Chimaev is a different kind of problem, especially in round 1. He's explosive, unpredictable, and dangerous. While Guru hopes DDP pulls off the win, he's fully aware of the risk Chimaev brings in those early minutes.
DDP? I don't know anymore, man. These guys are... I used to think, you know what, DDP's got him. And I still think that, dude, he might just be too strong to be muscled around like this.
Yeah.
But Chimaev is truly on a different level.
I think DDP beats him.
I think he could, and I am leaning that way.
Yeah.
But now I'm real.
Yeah.
You know, I also want DDP to win, but I'm leaning towards DDP.
Yeah.
Because I think the idea of Chimaev is a round 1 guy.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. If he takes out DDP in round 1.
He also suggested something bold. Instead of just trying to survive the takedown attempts, du Plessis should go for one himself. According to Guru, if Dricus surprises Khamzat with early aggression, it might throw him off his rhythm and confidence. He said past opponents like Whittaker, Usman, and Burns never challenged Khamzat straight out the gate, and that could be the key difference here.
So this is why I don't think DDP should go out there like,
yeah,
got stuff to take down. Dude, get on his hips before you.
Yep.
You know? And if he stuffs it, so be it. It'll be the least thing he expects. And for a second, Chimaev, who's a killer.
Yeah.
He's a murderer.
Yep.
He goes out there, I'm going to drag this guy in the first round, destroy him. For a second, he goes, what the...
Yeah.
If you can snap that on Chimaev for a second, Whittaker, he never had a moment in that fight where he thought, what's going on?
It was like, oh, he got me back.
He was complete composure. Same with Usman. Burns had him re-second guess himself.
Yep.
All the good first rounds he's had, there's never been a snap in his mental game. That always happens in the later rounds. But if DDP shoots on him, there's a moment in Chimaev's head where he goes, what the f*** are you doing?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's not this killer in a fight.
Yeah.
Guru added that even if the takedown doesn't land, the momentum shift might still give du Plessis an advantage. He explained that Dricus could work from guard, grab a leg, or create scrambles to avoid Chimaev's pressure. With new rules allowing knees on the ground, Guru warned that Dricus must avoid being stuck under Khamzat in dominant positions. The key will be staying active, keeping out of danger, and forcing Chimaev to adjust.
He's asking a question. He's on my hips.
Yeah.
If he sprawls it, if he gets the whizzer and throws DDP over, and why did DDP do that? Now DDP can go, well, I'm going for a leg.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a leg. See how he deals with this.
Yep.
I'm going to get guard back.
Yep.
I'm going to see if I can elbow him off bottom position. It's much easier to survive in guard than it is for someone to have
side control
with their body lock, and they can punch you, especially now with knees and you can't play the hand game. Don't get caught up.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in those positions and choose it.
Jamahal Hill also threw his opinion in, saying he's starting to back du Plessis more and more. Hill admitted that Dricus has proven him wrong time and time again. He praised Dricus's gas tank, strength, and awkward striking style, which makes him unpredictable in exchanges. But Hill made sure to remind everyone that Chimaev shouldn't be taken lightly. His grappling instincts are elite and can catch opponents before they even realize what hit them.
I probably favor DDP in that one, just for the simple fact of I've doubted this dude so many times now, and he's shut me up bad every time. It may look like he's like fatiguing or he's like slowing down, but he's really not. I think he's got the better cardio. His physical strength, I believe, can pose a problem for anybody in that division. We've seen Khamzat fade over the course of rounds before. I just believe Dricus has a really, really awkward way of throwing strikes that's not easy to time, get a read on. So I believe he will land. So I probably lean more towards DDP, but you can't count a guy like Khamzat out. I believe he's one of the best natural pure grapplers. He does have an ability to throw some hands too. So it's interesting.
So what's your take? Is it going to be Chimaev dominating early, or du Plessis turning up the heat in the later rounds? Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more fight talk like this.